Imagine standing at the edge of a vast marketplace, exhausted from competing for the attention of thousands who only care about the lowest price. This is the reality for many entrepreneurs stuck in the mass market trap, where margins are thin and friction is high. Today, we are beginning a journey to change that trajectory forever. The core objective of this tutorial is to help you, the high-ticket sales student, shift your focus entirely away from the frantic energy of the general public and toward the calm, calculated world of high-net-worth individuals, often referred to as HNWIs. There is a common myth that keeps most people from ever attempting this: the idea that selling to the wealthy is inherently harder. In reality, focusing on the elite is more efficient. When you target the top of the pyramid, your profit margins soar, allowing you to sustain a thriving business with a fraction of the client base. Before you can master the mechanics of the sale, you must confront the antagonist of this story: the low-value mindset. This is the internal voice that whispers that you aren't ready or that your service isn't worth a premium price. To succeed, you must redefine what rich actually means. It isn't just about the size of a bank account. It is a specific psychology of buying and value perception. While the average consumer buys based on the lowest cost, the wealthy buy based on three primary factors: time saved, status gained, or problem solved. This is the first major psychological shift you must embrace. Rich people do not hunt for bargains, they hunt for excellence and reliability. They are looking for the brain surgeon of their specific problem, not a general practitioner. They want a partner who understands that quality is the only real metric. This leads us to the confidence gap, where many beginners fail. High-value clients can smell desperation from a mile away. If you act needy or appear overly eager to close a deal, you immediately devalue your product. In premium sales, desperation is the ultimate repellent. It implies that your solution isn't in demand or that you don't believe in your own price. You must approach every interaction with a level of professionalism and attention to detail that the general market ignores. This means your communication must be crisp, your presentation flawless, and your presence commanding. You are not asking for a favor. You are offering a rare opportunity for them to solve a persistent, expensive problem. Selling to the wealthy is more profitable because there is less friction. Wealthy clients generally have fewer objections regarding affordability because the capital is available if the value is proven. Contrary to belief, rich people make decisions faster than the average consumer. They value their time too much to linger on a choice once they see a clear return on investment. Furthermore, the referral potential is unparalleled. A single happy HNWI can open doors to an entire network of elite peers, creating a self-sustaining loop of high-quality leads that requires almost zero traditional advertising. To capture this market, you must understand the value pillars that drive their decisions: time, exclusivity, convenience, and legacy. Most beginners focus on features rather than benefits. They feel intimidated by the client status, which leads to unnecessary discounting. Never try to discount your way into a premium sale. To a high-value client, a lower price signals lower quality. It suggests your work is common. Before we continue, subscribe to the channel and tell us in the comments where you are watching from. We are just beginning this transformation, and the next steps will require extreme precision as we build your offer. You will learn to solve expensive problems that keep wealthy people awake at night, turning you into an essential asset. This process requires you to shed your old habits and adopt the high-status persona required to navigate luxury hotel lobbies and exclusive digital forums where these decisions are made. Stay focused as we prepare for the intense action required to master this elite marketplace and transform your business from the ground up. With your mindset shift complete, the next logical step for the high-ticket sales student is the meticulous construction of a high-value offer. To attract a high-net-worth individual, your presentation must be impeccable. This is where the premium package checklist becomes your most valuable tool. Wealthy clients are sensitive to visual and energetic cues. If your website looks dated, your PDF proposals are cluttered, or your email signature is unprofessional, you have lost the sale before the first conversation begins. Every touchpoint must reflect excellence. In the world of high-ticket sales, the container is often judged as much as the contents. Selecting the right niche is equally critical. You cannot be a generalist trying to catch everyone. Instead, you must focus your energy on sectors where capital flows freely, such as luxury real estate, high-level business consulting, private health, or specialized financial technology. In these spheres, you aren't just selling a service. You are solving what we call expensive problems. An expensive problem is one that costs the client significant money, time, or peace of mind. Every day it remains unsolved. If you can provide a $10,000 solution to a $1 million problem, you aren't an expense, you are a bargain. Identify the specific anxieties that keep these individuals awake at night. Perhaps it is the fear of a legacy failing or a business plateauing, and position your offer as the definitive cure. This leads directly into your personal branding and positioning. You must establish yourself as an expert authority. Think of the difference between a general practitioner and a brain surgeon. The generalist is seen as a commodity, while the specialist is viewed as a necessity. Rich people do not want a jack of all trades because they believe their problems are unique and complex. By positioning yourself as a specialist, you command respect and higher fees. Your social proof infrastructure should reflect this. Instead of generic testimonials, display results that emphasize discretion and high-level outcomes. Avoid the flashy, get-rich-quick aesthetic that defines the low market. Instead, embrace the quiet luxury approach. This means clean lines, sophisticated language, and an understated elegance that suggests you are already successful and do not need to scream for attention. Finding where these individuals congregate is the next part of your mission. Prospecting for high-net-worth clients requires a blend of physical presence and digital precision. Physically, you must place yourself in high-end environments like charity galas, exclusive golf clubs, or the quiet lobbies of five-star luxury hotels. Digitally, LinkedIn is your professional goldmine, provided you use it to build relationships rather than blast generic messages. However, the most effective route is often through the gatekeeper strategy. Accountants, lawyers, and personal assistants are the trusted advisors who protect the time of the wealthy. By building a relationship of professional trust with these intermediaries and proving your competence, you gain an endorsed introduction that bypasses the standard barriers of entry. Once you are in the room, your communication tools and etiquette become your primary weapons. Brevity is the ultimate sign of respect when dealing with the wealthy. Keep your emails short, your messages direct, and your presentations concise. They do not have time for fluff. You must also master the art of active listening. Because high net worth individuals are frequently talked at or pitched to, they will deeply value a professional who takes the time to truly understand their specific needs and nuances. Complement this with a high-status vocabulary. Avoid slang, fillers, and hesitant language. Use precise professional terms that convey absolute competence. Finally, you must implement a rigorous pre-qualification framework. Not everyone who looks wealthy is a viable client. You will encounter the tire kicker, the individual who projects an image of wealth but lacks the actual liquidity or the intent to follow through on a high-end purchase. Developing a screening process allows you to protect your most valuable asset, your time. By asking pointed, respectful questions about their goals and past investments, you can determine if a prospect is a serious contender before you commit your hours. Once you have successfully navigated the gatekeeper and secured your place on the calendar of a high net worth individual, the actual sales process begins with a starkly different rhythm than mass market pitching. As the high-ticket sales student, your first step is the non-salesy approach. You must resist the urge to lead with a flashy brochure or list of prices. Instead, start by offering a unique insight or a high-level value proposition that demonstrates your expertise immediately. This isn't a common sales call, it is a sophisticated consultation between equals. Step 2 is the discovery meeting, where the ratio of communication is paramount. You should spend 80% of the time asking deep, strategic questions and only 20% explaining your solution. Listen for the subtle subtext in their answers. Are they worried about their legacy failing? Are they frustrated by a lack of efficiency in their private office? By letting the HNWI speak, you are gathering the raw materials needed for step 3. Never send a generic price list to a wealthy client. Such an oversight signals that you do not view their problems as unique. Instead, craft a tailored document that mirrors their specific goals and uses their own language to describe the desired outcome perfectly. The final step in this sequence is the closing, but it shouldn't feel like a high-pressure tactic. Use the assumptive closing technique. Rather than asking a binary question like whether they want to buy, shift the conversation to the logistical reality of success. Ask if they would prefer the implementation to begin next Monday morning or Wednesday afternoon. This implies that the value has already been established and that the partnership is the natural next step in their journey. However, even with a perfect presentation, you will encounter objections. In the high-ticket world, these objections are rarely about the money itself. They are about risk. Wealthy people are fiercely protective of their reputation and their limited time. When they hesitate, they are often asking if you are a safe bet. Address the risk objection by providing ironclad case studies or discrete guarantees that mitigate their perceived exposure. If they raise the objection that they need to talk to their team or a family office, do not push back defensively. Instead, understand the hierarchy. Offer to provide a concise executive summary that their advisors can review easily, maintaining your momentum without appearing desperate or needy. To succeed long-term, remember the core principles we have discussed. Sell the result, not the process. A billionaire doesn't care how the engine is built. They care how fast and safely the jet flies. Speed and convenience are your primary selling points, as time is the only resource they cannot replenish. Above all, remember that confidence is the ultimate currency. If you do not believe in the value of your $10,000 solution, they certainly won't either. Once the sale is closed, the work of retention begins. Follow the under-promise and over-deliver rule religiously. To keep a high-end client, you must exceed their expectations during the fulfillment stage, turning a one-time transaction into a lifelong relationship. Nurture these connections by sending personalized gifts or relevant industry articles that show you are thinking about their success even when you aren't being paid. This naturally leads to the referral loop. When you ask for an introduction, frame it as a way for the client to help their peers access an exclusive resource. This makes the client look like a hero. Your immediate action plan is demanding. Audit your brand to see if it passes the trust test. Identify 10 expensive problems in a niche you understand deeply. Draft a 3-sentence outreach script focusing on a specific result. High-ticket sales takes practice and patience. The internal antagonist of the low-value mindset may whisper you aren't ready, but you must silence it with action. Start small, but always aim high. That first major yes will permanently change your financial trajectory and prove you belong in the room with the global elite.